Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at the prep for IXL BB.9, and this is a sequences mixed review. So, this IXL basically focuses on patterns and having you identify patterns. Now, the reason I'm doing it is because, patterns are an extremely important part of mathematics, right? If you can figure out a pattern, you can make predictions about the future, you can understand the world a little bit better, and they can generally be really fun to look at. Now, some people love this IXL and some people hate them. So, so I just wanted to tell you that I am planning on just having you reach a score of 45 for this guy because it can make some people a little crazy. Now, please feel free to keep going. Some people are great at this, all right? But I just wanted you to explore it a little, get a feel for it, but not go crazy. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm just showing you some of the patterns that might pop up when you do this IXL. So for example, if you look at this first one, it looks like each time we're adding one more. So we add 1 to get to 2, we add 2 to get to 4, we add 3 to get to 7, and so on. With this next pattern, this guy right here, we're adding 2 more each time. So we added 0, then we added 2, then we added 4, right? For the next pattern, we said that we're going to look at powers of 2 plus 1. So this is 2 to the first plus 1, 2 to the second plus 1, 2 to the third plus 1. Another pattern we have here, applying powers of 3 to n. So n is 1 here, so 1 to the third is 1. N is 2 here on this guy, so 2 to the third is 8. N is 3 here, so 3 to the third is 27. Keeps going. For the next pattern, each term is the sum of the 2 previous terms. So 1 plus 6 gives you 7. 6 plus 7 gives you 13. 7 plus 13 gives you 20. And again, I'm just trying to give you ideas of the different types of patterns that you might see when you give this IXL a try. The last one right here, and this is a really tough one, I think. I think this will only happen if you go past a score of 45. Each number in the pattern is 1 less than the perfect cube. So we have 1 cubed, so n is 1 here. 1 cubed, right? Subtract 1. 1 cubed is 1, subtract 1 is 0. N is 2 here. 2 cubed is 8, subtract 1 is 7. I mean, that would be pretty hard, I think, to figure out. So let's try a couple more together, and then I'll, set you on your own to give it a shot. Here's the first one. It says type in the missing number. These are all examples of what you'll see when you look at this IXL. And what you'll find with this one is the number we're missing is 100 because each number is a 10 to a power. So let's just make a note. Each number is 10 to n, actually, right? So if we look, 10 to the 0 is 1. 10 to the first is 10. Here, it's going to be 10 to the second, so that's going to be 100. The next one, the answer would be 125. All right, so we're looking at each number is 5 to n. So this is 5 to the first, 5 to the second, 5 to the third. All right, now I encourage you at this point to pause the video, see if you can do the rest. When you're ready, click play. The next one would be 67 because we're subtracting 5 each time. In the next pattern, we would have 64 because each number is n cubed. So what am I talking about? And so 1 to the third is 1. N is 2 here, 2 to the third is 8. N is 3 here, 3 to the third is 27. And for this, n is 4. 4 to the third is 64. The next one, type the missing numbers. I had to really look at this one for a few seconds to figure it out. But this one, what's happening is you're subtracting 100 each time. So we get 282 and we get negative 118. So subtract 100. I'll say from previous term. All right, type the next number. If we examine this long enough, the next number we will realize is 50. You're adding 1. This was hard. It took me a little while here. So we are adding 1, and then we're adding 3, and then we're adding 5, and then we're adding 7, and then we're adding 9, and then we're adding 11, and then we're adding 13. Right, so the pattern went add 1, add 3, add 5, etc. Now, if you get far enough, at the very end, you may see some that look like this last guy right here. They're giving you the values of a sub 1, and they're telling you what the formula is to find a sub n, and they want you to determine what a sub 2 is and what a sub 3 is. So this one's pretty straightforward. Let me rewrite the formula here so it's a little bit clearer. A sub n equals 10 a to the n minus 1. So we've got a to the second equals 10 to the a sub 2 minus 1. That gives us a to the second equals 10 times a to the first. Now, the value of the first term is given. So a sub 2 equals 10 times negative 3, which gives us negative 30. All right, so this guy's negative 30. Now we're going to find a sub 3 because that's what they want us to find next. So 10 a sub 3 minus 1, that would be 10 a sub 2, which would be 10 times the value we just found, which would give us negative 300. All right, so I don't want you to go too nuts. I don't want anyone to start crying here. This is just a little kind of a fun IXL. Some people are going to really love it, and please let me know if you do. It's just a really interesting one to see if you can find the patterns. All right, enjoy it. Have a great day.